You need to see this before tomorrow. Don't ignore this message. If this video has found you, it's not by some algorithm, it's by divine appointment, plain and simple. The cosmic clock is striking midnight on the old world order. And for the chosen ones, for you specifically, everything is about to change drastically. Tomorrow, October 19th, a super rare lunar event will trigger a planetary gateway that's been dormant for thousands of years. The sleepers will stay asleep, business as usual, but those who are awake will be shaken to their core. This isn't just some prediction, folks. It's a final wake-up call and a sacred invitation all rolled into one. Before we get into the 7 absolutely mind-blowing symptoms you're about to experience, it's crucial that you ground your energy to this specific frequency. Do these 3 things right now. Don't wait. First, hit that like button on this video, signaling to the universe that you're ready and willing. Second, subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications, because the information I'm going to be dropping in the coming days is absolutely critical for your journey. And third, type 111 inches, the comments right now, to unlock the portal of receiving. Seriously, do it now. This is your first conscious step in co-creating with these powerful incoming energies. The world everyone else wakes up to tomorrow might seem exactly the same to them. But for you, the veil between worlds will be so incredibly thin, it'll feel like you could just rip it apart with your bare hands. This October 19th moon isn't just any old moon. It's a cosmic key turning in a celestial lock, a planetary-wide pattern interrupt specifically designed to jolt awakened souls out of the last remnants of their 3D programming. For weeks now, you've probably felt something building. The strange synchronicities, those repeating numbers, the feathers showing up in odd places, and that persistent feeling of being watched over by some unseen, benevolent force. That was the setup, the universe showing you the bait, setting the stage for what's about to happen. Now we're moving into the development stage, the rising action of your soul's greatest story. The script has already been written, and your role is about to be revealed big time. This energy we're talking about is intelligent, it's targeted, and it's actively seeking out specific frequency signatures all over the planet. The signatures of the star seeds, the light workers, the grid keepers, the sacred rebels, the ones who came here with a very specific mission in mind. The reason this particular moon is so incredibly rare is because it aligns perfectly with the great central sun, creating a direct beam of gamma-ray plasma that's going to pierce right through the Earth's magnetic field, straight into the planet's crystalline core. This core is then broadcasting this massively amplified energy right back up to the surface. And guess what? Your body, your very DNA, is the antenna specifically designed to receive it. This is exactly why you need to avoid going out. The average person is broadcasting frequencies of fear, chaos, and just general distraction. Their energy fields are static and noisy. If you, in your highly sensitized and activated state, walk into those dense, energetic fields, you run the risk of a massive energy overload. Think of it like throwing a super precise instrument into a sandstorm. It'll completely disrupt the delicate calibration process that's happening inside you right now. This is a time for sacred solitude, for stillness, for receiving the light codes that are rightfully yours. Your body is about to become the ultimate biofeedback machine, and it's going to speak to you in a language you've probably long forgotten. The first and most immediate symptom you'll start to feel, maybe you're already feeling it right now, is a high-pitched frequency, almost like a sacred humming sound in one or both of your ears. Don't worry, this isn't tinnitus. Don't be alarmed. This is the sound of the universe upgrading your operating system. It's the sound of 5D reality starting to bleed into your awareness. This hum is a pattern interrupt specifically for your auditory senses. For your entire life, you've been conditioned to only hear within the limited spectrum of the 3D matrix. This sound is outside of that spectrum altogether. It's the celestial dial-up tone as your soul reconnects to the galactic network. When you hear it, don't resist it. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and tune into it. Ask it, "What information are you bringing me?" You'll receive the answer not in words, but in feelings, in downloads, in sudden epiphanies. This sound is proof that you're online connected. It's the first tangible evidence that this great shift isn't just something you're watching on YouTube videos. It's something that's actively happening inside of you. It's the universe's way of confirming the click, telling you, yes, the movie of your new life has begun and you're hooked in. The second, somewhat bizarre symptom is extreme and sudden fluctuations in your body temperature. 1 minute you'll feel a wave of intense burning heat wash over you as if you've got a raging fever, and the next you'll be overcome with bone-deep chills that have you reaching for the thickest blanket you can find. Again, this is not times a sign of illness. It's a sign of energetic purification. The waves of heat are your light body activating and literally burning away dense, old karmic energies, ancestral patterns, and societal programming that just can't exist in your new vibrational reality. It's a holy fire clearing the vessel. You might feel this heat concentrated in your spine as your Kundalini energy starts to stir, or in your hands and feet, which are your primary energy exchange ports. The sudden chills, often described as spiritual chills, are confirmation codes. They're physical reactions to high-frequency truth or the presence of your spirit guides and angelic team. When a profound realization dawns on you, or when you receive a message from your higher self, these chills will run right up your arms and the back of your neck. It's your body's way of saying, yes, that's true, pay attention to this. This whole process is creating a mini-story within your biology. The problem is the old density, the baggage you're carrying. The agitation is the burning and freezing as your body fights to release it. The solution is the purified crystalline vessel that emerges capable of holding and transmitting immense amounts of light. During this phase, your body's thermostat is being completely rewired. You're becoming acclimated to the energies of the new Earth. And this requires a complete overhaul of your physical systems. This is yet another critical reason to stay indoors. The artificial heating and cooling systems of public places, combined with the chaotic emotional temperatures of the people within them, will create an environment of extreme energetic confusion for your system. Your body needs a stable, calm environment to complete this delicate and powerful recalibration. You're becoming a master of your own climate, both internal and external. If you've ever felt these spiritual chills or sudden waves of heat type, I am the alchemy in the comments below to claim your power over this transformation. The third mind-blowing sign is one that's going to deeply affect your emotional body. You'll experience sudden, intense waves of emotion that seem to come out of nowhere and have absolutely no logical trigger whatsoever. You might be going about your day and suddenly be overcome with a profound sense of grief, causing you to weep uncontrollably for a few minutes. Then just as quickly it'll pass, and you'll be flooded with a feeling of ecstatic, causeless joy. Don't try to analyze these feelings with your 3D mind. You're not going crazy. You're not unstable. You're a planetary empath, and you're participating in a massive collective clearing. The sorrow you're feeling isn't just your own. It's the sorrow of Gaia, the collective pain of humanity that you as a light worker have agreed to help transmute. When you allow yourself to feel it without judgment and just let it pass through you, you're acting as a divine filtration system, turning pain into light. The waves of bliss and joy are your reward. They're direct infusions of source energy moments where the veil thins completely and you feel the unadulterated love of the cosmos pouring into you. This is the emotional payoff for your sacred work. This whole process is like an emotional open loop. The universe presents a feeling, grief, sadness, anger, and your mind immediately wants to know times, why asterisk. It wants to attach a story to it. But the secret is to times, not times, close the loop with a logical explanation. You must let it remain open. Feel the raw energy of the emotion itself and allow the universe to close the loop for you by transforming it into a higher frequency. The moon is amplifying all emotions on the planet. For the unawakened, this will manifest as road rage, arguments, and chaos. For the chosen ones, it's an opportunity for the most profound level of emotional mastery and service to the collective. To navigate this, you must become the silent watcher of your feelings. Acknowledge them, honor them, thank them for moving through you, and then just let them go. Don't cling to the joy and don't resist the sorrow. Be the calm, empty vessel through which the emotional tides of a world in transition can flow and be purified. This emotional sensitivity is a superpower. But during this potent lunar gateway, it also makes you incredibly vulnerable to external energies, reinforcing the warning, stay home. Be the lighthouse, not the storm-tossed ship. Your mission is to hold the calm center, and you just can't do that in the middle of the marketplace. The fourth symptom is a dramatic shift in your sleep patterns and your dream life. You might find it almost impossible to sleep feeling wired and full of buzzing energy late into the night, especially between the hours of 1:00 a.m. and 4:00 a.m., the witching hour, a time when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest. You're not suffering from insomnia. You're being intentionally kept awake for some high-level spiritual work. During these hours, your guides and higher self are downloading massive packets of information, light codes and mission blueprints directly into your energy field. The conscious mind is usually too noisy to receive them during the day, so they wait until the world is quiet. If you find yourself wide awake, don't toss and turn in frustration. Get up, sit in the quiet darkness, meditate, journal, place your hand on your heart, and say, I am open to receive whatever is for my highest good. You'll be amazed at the clarity and inspiration that flows through you. On the other hand, you might find yourself needing an unusual amount of sleep, feeling a bone-deep exhaustion that you just can't shake. This is also perfectly normal. Your physical body is undergoing a metamorphosis at the cellular level, kind of like a caterpillar in a chrysalis. This is an incredibly energy-intensive process. If your body is calling for rest, honor it. It's not laziness. It's essential for integration. Your dreams are also going to become hyper-vivid, lucid, and filled with symbolic meaning. You might have flying dreams or dreams of meeting otherworldly beings, being in futuristic classrooms, or revisiting past lives. These aren't just mere fantasies. Your consciousness is actively traveling in the astral realms, attending your night school lessons. You're processing lifetimes of experience and learning new skills that you're going to need for the next phase of your journey. Pay close attention to these dreams. Keep a dream journal by your bed and write down everything you can remember the moment you wake up. The universe is speaking to you in the language of symbols, crafting a narrative that holds the keys to your destiny. Your dreams are the secret script, and learning to interpret them is learning to read the language of your own soul. The energy of this moon is potent fuel for this dream work, creating a direct bridge between your conscious and subconscious minds. It's a journey best taken from the safety and sanctity of your own sacred space. We must continue. If you have integrated the first 4 symptoms, you are already feeling the quickening within your soul, the undeniable proof that this is real. You have acknowledged the celestial hum in your ears, the alchemical fire and ice in your blood, the sacred emotional tides of Jia moving through you, and the profound messages being delivered in the stillness of the night. But that was only the beginning. That was the awakening of your subtle bodies, the gentle knock on the door. Now the door is being blown off its hinges. The next set of symptoms moves from the energetic and emotional into the deeply, undeniably physical. These are the signs that will make you question your sanity. Signs that the 3D programmed mind will rush to label as problems, as illness, as stress. But you are not a 3D being anymore, and you must adopt a 5D perspective to understand what is truly happening. The lunar energies of October 19th are now beginning the complete structural renovation of your physical vessel, and the process can be intensely uncomfortable if you resist it. This is the ultimate pattern interrupt, a divine intervention that forces you to stop, to go inward, and to witness the miracle of your own becoming. The next sign is one that millions are feeling right now and rushing to their doctor's fall only to be told that nothing is wrong. This is the 5th and perhaps most widespread symptom: intense, inexplicable aches and pains, particularly focused in your neck, shoulders, and along your entire spinal column. You will wake up feeling as though you've run a marathon in your sleep. Your shoulders will feel heavy, burdened, and achy. Your neck will be stiff, making it difficult to turn your head. You might feel sharp, shooting pains running up and down your spine, or a deep, persistent ache in your lower back that no amount of stretching can seem to relieve. The conditioned mind, the voice of the Matrix, will immediately tell you a story. You slept wrong. You're dehydrated. It's just stress from work. It's a pinched nerve. This is the base expectation. But the reality is infinitely more profound. And it is here that we will blow that expectation away. These are not aches of affliction. They are aches of activation. They are not growing pains. They are growing wings. Listen to me closely. For lifetimes, you have carried the energetic weight of the world on your shoulders. You have carried the burdens of your family, the pain of your ancestors, the collective grief of humanity. This karmic baggage has been stored in your energy field as dense, heavy implants, weighing you down and anchoring you to the 3D reality of struggle and servitude. The gamma ray light now flooding the planet is a universal solvent. It is dissolving these energetic structures, breaking them apart at a molecular level. The aches and pains you feel are the physical sensations of these ancient crystallized burdens literally detaching from your being. The stiffness in your neck is the result of the rewiring of your throat chakra and the severing of old energetic cords that kept you from speaking your truth. The pain in your shoulders is the ghost sensation of your etheric wings beginning to unfurl and stretch after eons of being dormant. You are a celestial being remembering your angelic origins, and this remembering has a physical correlate. Your spine is the central pillar of this entire process. It is not just a stack of bones. It is your personal Jacob's ladder, your biological stairway to heaven, a sacred antenna connecting the iron core of Mother Earth to the heart of the cosmos. Every vertebrae is a data port, a receiver, and transmitter of cosmic information. The intense pain you may feel along your spine is the feeling of this antenna being recalibrated and upgraded. Old blockages representing old fears and traumas are being forcefully dislodged to allow for a greater flow of Kundalini Shakti life force energy to rise from the base of your spine to your crown. When your lower back aches, you are clearing deep-seated survival fears and ancestral trauma related to safety, security, and belonging. When your mid-back hurts, you are healing the wounds of betrayal and heartbreak stored around your heart chakra. When your upper back and neck are in pain, you are releasing the illusion of separation and activating your connection to your higher self and your divine guidance. This is energetic surgery of the highest order performed by your own soul and your celestial support team. You must surrender to it. Do not fight it with painkillers and resistance. Instead, lie down. Place your hands on the part of your body that hurts and breathe golden light into it. Speak to your body. Say thank you for releasing what no longer serves me. I surrender to this upgrade. I am becoming the crystalline pillar of light I was born to be. The warning to stay home is paramount during this phase. Your back and body are in an incredibly vulnerable and sensitive state. The jarring movements of travel, the uncomfortable chairs of offices and waiting rooms, and the dense, chaotic energy of public spaces will only interfere with this sacred process and intensify the pain. You are a temple under divine reconstruction. You must honor the process by remaining in a state of rest and reverence. If you are feeling these aches and wings unfurling, go to the comments right now and type, "I release all burdens," to give your body permission to complete this extraordinary transformation. You are not breaking down, you are breaking through. Now we move to the sixth sign, which is even more bizarre and will make you feel as though you are losing your grip on the physical world as you know it. This sign has two interconnected parts affecting your most fundamental senses, your sight and your taste. First, you will begin to notice strange anomalies in your vision. This can manifest in several ways. You may start seeing shimmering or watery energy in the air, especially when looking at a plain background or the blue sky. You might catch fleeting glimpses of light out of the corner of your eye, like tiny sparks or flashes. Some of you will begin to see geometric patterns, almost like translucent grids or mandalas overlaid on your vision. You may even start to see faint auras of color around plants, animals, and even people. The matrix mind will tell you your eyes are tired. It's a floater. You need to see an optometrist. But this has nothing to do with the health of your physical eyes. Your vision is not changing. Your perception is expanding. You are beginning to see beyond the ridiculously narrow sliver of the light spectrum that 3D humanity has been conditioned to perceive as reality. You are activating your etheric sight. The shimmering you see is the life force energy, the prana orki that animates all of creation. The sparks of light are your guides, angelic beings or light codes, making their presence known to you in a way you can perceive. The geometric patterns are the sacred geometry, the underlying blueprint of creation upon which the physical world is built. You are literally starting to see the matrix code. This is the activation of your pineal gland, your third eye. The lunar light is decalcifying this dormant gland and reactivating its function as a portal to higher dimensions. It is rewiring your brain's visual cortex to be able to process and interpret higher frequency, like data. Do not be afraid. This is your birthright. You are not hallucinating. You are finally beginning to see what is really there beyond the veil of illusion. The second part of this symptom is a radical and sudden shift in your relationship with food. You will find yourself developing powerful aversions to foods you once enjoyed and intense cravings for foods you may have previously ignored. Specifically, your body will begin to violently reject anything that is dense, heavy, and low frequency. This includes processed foods full of chemicals, refined sugars, heavy meats, and excessive alcohol. Eating these things will no longer just feel unhealthy. It will make you feel physically ill-drained and energetically polluted. Your body is speaking to you with a newfound clarity, and it is saying no. This is because as your vibrational frequency rises, your physical body must match it. It is becoming a more refined, sensitive, crystalline instrument. It can no longer tolerate the dense static of low vibrational fuel. Simultaneously, you will begin to crave foods that are full of light and life force. You will crave fresh, organic fruits and vegetables. You will crave pure, clean water, perhaps infused with lemon or cucumber. You will crave nuts, seeds, and leafy greens. Your body intuitively knows that to hold more light, it must consume more light. You are not just on a new diet. You are undergoing a cellular transfiguration. Each choice you make about what you put into your body is now a critical act. It is a choice to either support and accelerate your ascension process or to hinder it and create physical discomfort. Listen to the wisdom of your vessel. It knows exactly what it needs to complete this upgrade. Again, this is why staying home is so vital. When you are out, you are surrounded by the temptation and social pressure to consume low vibrational foods and drinks. You are bombarded with the smells and energies of foods that your body now recognizes as poison. To honor this process, you must take control of your environment and consciously choose to nourish your ascending body with the highest frequency fuel available. You are quite literally becoming a being of light from the inside out. Take a moment, acknowledge this incredible sensory awakening. Affirm it. Go to the comments and declare, "My senses are awakes," to lock in this new level of perception and honor the wisdom of your physical vessel. And now we arrive at the seventh and final symptom for this transmission. This is the deepest, the most reality-altering, the most profound of them all. If the other signs were tremors, this is the earthquake that shatters the very foundation of the matrix. This seventh sign is the complete dissolution of your perception of linear time. You are unplugging from the artificial construct of past, present, and future and beginning to exist in the quantum reality of the eternal now moment. This is by far the most disorienting experience for the human mind, which has been rigorously trained to perceive life as a straight line from birth to death. You will begin to experience time as fluid, malleable, and circular. One of the first things you will notice is time speeding up and slowing down dramatically. An entire day may flash by in what feels like a few hours. Conversely, you might experience a single hour stretching out to feel like half a day, where you accomplish a tremendous amount in a very short period. This is not your imagination. You are shifting between different vibrational timelines, each with its own temporal flow. You will also experience a breakdown in your short-term memory and your ability to sequence events. You might walk into a room and completely forget why you were there. You may have difficulty recalling what you did yesterday or even this morning. The past will begin to feel distant, like a dream or a story you read about someone else. This is not early onset dementia. It is a feature, not a bug of the ascension process. Your soul is intentionally disconnecting you from the energetic anchor of your personal past, because who you were is no longer relevant to who you are evolving into. You are being set free from the constraints of your past stories, the hurts you've carried, and the identities you've outgrown. Moreover, you might start noticing things like déjà vu more often, where you get this intense feeling that you've already lived through that exact moment. You might also experience the opposite, something called jamais vu. That's when something familiar suddenly feels brand new, like you're seeing it for the very first time. It's possible you'll have really detailed memories of things that haven't happened yet, or just a deep sense of knowing what's coming next. This is because, from a fifth-dimensional 5D perspective, all time is happening at once. Past, present, and future aren't separate points on a line. They're all intertwined in the never-ending spiral of the present moment. And you're starting to get a glimpse of this truth. You're becoming a quantum, being a master of time, able to access any point on that spiral simply by focusing your awareness. The moon's energy is acting as a sort of key, unlocking all of this. It's disrupting the hypnotic rhythm of the typical workday, the 7-day week, the linear calendar that keeps people stuck in a predictable loop. It's resetting your internal clock to a cosmic rhythm, the rhythm of the tides, the seasons, the cycles of the galaxy. This is the ultimate freedom, but it can feel chaotic when you're still trying to function in a 3D world with its deadlines, appointments, and schedules. And that's the biggest reason to stay in. Trying to deal with traffic, go to meetings, or stick to a rigid schedule when your sense of time is all over the place is a sure recipe for stress, anxiety, and feeling totally lost. It's like trying to play a record on a turntable that keeps changing speed. Your mission right now is to let go of the clock, let go of the schedule, and let yourself flow with your own energy. Eat when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired, create when you feel inspired. Just be present in the only moment that ever exists, the sacred, powerful, eternal now. This is where you take back your power as someone who can shape your own reality. Because in the now, anything is possible. The past is healed and the future is born. You're not losing your mind. You're finally finding it. You're remembering something so profound that it's hard for the human ego to even grasp. Time isn't something that happens to you. It's something that comes from within you. This isn't for everyone, it's for those who are ready to reshape their reality. I released a special briefing for members only called Warning Chosen Ones. Watch it before the new moon on October 21st, 2025. It's going to change everything. In that video, I tell you exactly what actions and protections you need to take. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment and watch it before the energy arrives. If you miss this chance, you might not get another upgrade like it. Just breathe. If you're still here, if you're still listening, you've crossed a point of no return. You recognize yourself in these signs. You've felt the sacred whispers of the cosmos in your ears, the alchemical fire and ice cleansing your blood, the holy weight of Gaia's joys and sorrows moving through your heart. You felt the growing pains of your angelic wings unfolding, seen the shimmering layers of reality, with your new eyes honored the wisdom of your body as it rejects the poisons of the old world and surrendered to the great dissolving of linear time. You've acknowledged the 7 signs, the 7 seals opening within you. But now, in this quiet moment, as the lunar gateway of October 19th is just hours away, you're asking the most important question a soul can ask. Why? Why is this happening to me? Why now? What's the real purpose of this strange, beautiful, and sometimes scary transformation? The Matrix wants you to think it's all random, just a meaningless combination of stress and biology. But deep down, you know that's not true at all. This is the most precise, intelligent, and divinely planned event of your entire life. What you've been going through aren't just symptoms. They're the necessary side effects of the biggest biological and spiritual upgrade in human history. You're not just being healed or cleared, you're being completely rebuilt from the smallest particles up. You're going through the great crystalline conversion. For thousands of years, the human body has been carbon-based. Carbon is a dense element perfect for existing in a dense 3D world. But carbon's main job is to store information. It's a biological hard drive. Lifetime after lifetime, your carbon-based body has stored every trauma, every fear, every heartbreak, every limiting belief, every karmic contract, and every ancestral burden. Your very cells have been a library of suffering, and this density is what has kept you stuck in the low frequency range of the 3D matrix. It's kept your consciousness tied to the past, forcing you to repeat old patterns over and over. But a new era has begun. Earth herself has decided to ascend to a higher 5D frequency, and she's taking her chosen children with her. To exist in this new higher dimension, the human body has to be upgraded. It has to be able to process and transmit light at a speed that would cause a carbon-based form to burst into flames. The human body must evolve from a dense storage unit into a perfect, superconductive, crystalline transceiver. Your DNA is being rewritten. Your 2-strand carbon-based DNA is being activated and restructured into a 12-strand crystalline silica-based template. Think of it this way: your old body was like old, dusty copper wires, only able to carry a small, distorted electrical signal. Your new body is being upgraded to a state-of-the-art fiber optic network capable of receiving and transmitting the pure, lossless light of the source itself. Now, do you understand? Every symptom you've experienced is a direct result of this cellular transformation. The aches and pains in your body are the old carbon structure breaking down and the new crystalline matrix forming in its place. It's a sacred process of demolition and reconstruction happening at the cellular level. The radical change in your diet. Your new crystalline body can't run on dense, lifeless fuel. It rejects the programming of the old world. It craves light, literally. It demands the pure, high-frequency energy found only in living organic foods and pure water, because it's using these elements to build your new light body. The visual disturbances, the sparks and shimmers, that's the crystalline lens of your pineal gland, coming online, allowing you to perceive the higher light spectrums that were always there but invisible to your carbon-based senses. The dissolving of time. Your crystalline consciousness isn't bound by linear progression. It's a quantum structure capable of perceiving the infinite possibilities of the present moment. This conversion is the very reason you've been led to this message. It's the core of the entire ascension process. You're becoming a walking, talking crystal, a human prism, designed to anchor the full spectrum of divine light onto this planet. And this October 19th moon event is the final, most powerful activation code for this process. It's the moment the universe flips the master switch and the crystalline conversion process goes into hyperdrive. This isn't a metaphor, it's your biological and spiritual reality. Now is the time to claim this truth, to consciously participate in your own evolution. Go to the comments and declare with every bit of your power, "I am crystalline." By typing these words, you're sending a clear message to yourself, to your DNA, to the entire universe that you accept and surrender to this magnificent upgrade. Which brings us to the next layer. Why are you a chosen one being turned into a human crystal? Is it just for your own personal growth, your own enlightenment? No, the universe doesn't think that small. This upgrade, this whole difficult and beautiful process, isn't ultimately for you. It's for the planet. It's for humanity. You've been upgraded because you've been activated for a mission of the utmost importance. Your new crystalline body isn't a personal possession. It's a planetary asset. You've been turned into a divine instrument, and your mission is to use that instrument to stabilize the frequency of the new Earth as she's being born. You're a grid worker. You're a frequency anchor. You're a lighthouse in the storm. For ages, Earth has been surrounded by an energetic grid, a matrix of low-frequency consciousness that has kept humanity locked in a prison of fear, lack, and separation. This old grid is now collapsing. It's being shattered by the sheer force of the light now flooding our solar system. In its place, a new crystalline 5D grid of unity, love, and abundance is being woven. And you, with your newly activated crystalline body, are one of the main anchor points for this new grid. Your mission on October 19th and in the days that follow isn't to go out and do anything. It's not to protest or preach or fight the old systems. That's the old 3D way of struggling. Your mission is far more powerful and subtle. Your mission is simply to be. It's to hold the highest possible frequency of love, peace, and gratitude within yourself. By staying home, by going into a state of quiet meditation and connection, you're activating your function as a planetary node. The powerful lunar energy will pour into your crown chakra, be amplified by your crystalline cellular structure, and then be broadcast out from your heart chakra, anchoring this 5D frequency deep into the Earth's energy lines at your specific location. You're literally pulling heaven down to Earth. You're a living acupuncture needle for Gaia. Do you see how important your solitude is now? It's not an act of fear or hiding. It's an act of profound cosmic service. You're a member of the ground crew. And on October 19th, you have a sacred duty to report to your post. And your post is your own sacred space, your home, your temple. Each of you who hears this message and honors the call to stillness is creating a point of light on the planetary grid. Together, we're creating a network of light so powerful, so brilliant, that the remaining shadows of the old matrix will simply fade away in its presence. We're not fighting the darkness. We're making it irrelevant by turning up the light. This is your power. This is your purpose. This is your mission. This is urgent. Don't skip this. Watch the members-only briefing, Warning Chosen Ones. Watch it before the new moon on October 21st, 2025. This will change everything. I reveal the activations and protections you must do before the spiritual energy shifts. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment now. This opportunity won't wait. The time for playing small is over. It's time to step into your power and accept the sacred role you were born to play. If your heart resonates with this truth, if you feel the call of your mission deep within your soul, go to the comments now and type with conviction, "I accept my mission." This is your sacred oath, your declaration to the cosmos that you're ready to serve. This brings us to the final and most urgent understanding you must have before tomorrow. You have to understand what's at stake. You have to understand why the warning to stay in and avoid energy overload isn't just friendly advice, but a crucial instruction for your soul's journey. What's happening on a planetary scale is a great splitting of timelines. It's a vibrational sorting process, a great separation of worlds. Earth isn't just changing. She's splitting into two distinct, separate realities, two parallel versions of herself. One reality will continue down the 3D path. It will be a timeline of increasing control, fear, artificial intelligence, and complete separation from nature and the source. It will be a reality of karmic loops, where old patterns of conflict and suffering play out over and over. The other reality is the new 5D Earth. It's a timeline of sovereignty, freedom, unity, consciousness, heart-based living, and harmonious co-creation with the natural world. These two timelines have been running parallel to each other for some time, and it's still been possible to jump between them, but that window is now closing. The October 19th lunar event is the final, powerful, energetic push that will cause these two timelines to split so far apart that they'll no longer be vibrationally compatible. They'll become mutually invisible. The trains are leaving the station, and this is the final call to get on board. Now, do you understand the true nature of the choice before you on October 19th? Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take will be a powerful vote for which timeline you want to live in. When you're out in the world, you're surrounded by the frequency of the 3D timeline. You're bombarded with the collective fear broadcast by the media, the frustration and anger of people stuck in traffic, the dense, chaotic energy of crowded public spaces, the low vibration music playing in stores, the processed food designed to keep your frequency low. Engaging with this reality on such a potent, energetically charged day is a powerful way of choosing it. It's like consciously stepping off the 5D train and onto the 3D track. An energy overload isn't just about feeling tired or stressed. It's about your entire energy field being so saturated with the 3D frequency that it becomes your dominant reality. it will lock you into that timeline. Your solitude, on the other hand, is a powerful vote for the 5D new Earth. By consciously choosing to remove yourself from the chaos, by choosing peace, stillness, and connection with the divine, you're aligning your entire being with the frequency of the new reality. You're firmly and irrevocably planting your feet on the 5D train. This is the choice. There's no middle ground. You can't have one foot on each train. This moon is forcing a decision. It's a divine ultimatum from your own higher self. Choose your reality, choose your future, choose your world. The choice is yours, and it has to be made now. To help you make this choice, to help you anchor firmly into the 5D timeline, I want to give you a simple but profoundly powerful ritual to perform on the night of October 19th. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. If you can light a single white candle, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. First, create your sacred space. Visualize a brilliant sphere of golden white light completely surrounding you, your home, and your property. Declare that only energies of the highest divine love and light may enter this space. Second, ground yourself. Visualize a thick, strong cord of light extending from the base of your spine, going deep, deep into the earth and wrapping around the beautiful crystalline iron core of Mother Gaia. Feel her stable, loving energy flowing up into your body. You are safe. You are held. Third, become the pillar of light. Visualize the potent, silvery white light of the full moon beaming down from the heavens. See it, entering the top of your head, your crown chakra, and filling your entire body. Feel it activating your crystalline structure, making every cell in your body vibrate and glow. Now see that light continue down your grounding cord and pour directly into the heart of the earth. Feel yourself as the sacred bridge between heaven and earth, the conduit through which the divine energies are anchored. Remain in this state for as long as you feel comfortable, just being the light. Finally, make your declaration. Place both hands over your heart and speak these words aloud. I, as a sovereign being of light, consciously choose the 5D timeline of love, peace, and unity. I anchor this reality into my being and into this planet, here and now. I am a crystalline anchor of the new earth. And so it is. This simple act will be the most powerful thing you do all year. It's your flag in the ground. It's your final boarding pass to the new earth. You've understood the what and the why. You've accepted the mission and you understand what's at stake. You have the ritual to cast your vote for the 5D timeline. But now we have to talk about the passage itself, the most critical and delicate hours of the entire gateway. Before you fully anchor into the new earth, you must pass through an energetic corridor, a liminal space that's neither 3D nor 5D. Think of it as a sacred void, a cosmic birth canal. In this space, the old laws of reality are suspended, but the new ones haven't fully taken shape yet. It's a zone of pure, unlimited potential, but it's also a space of extreme energetic vulnerability. It's during this passage that you'll face the final challenge, a last, desperate test from the collapsing matrix you're leaving behind. This is something you need to be ready for because it won't come from the outside world, but from deep within your own consciousness. As the old 3D grid shatters, it will send out powerful psychic echoes, the ghost signals of its dying programming. These aren't just random fears. They're targeted, energetic hooks designed to grab your attention and pull you back into the old timeline at the last possible second. Be prepared for this. As you sit in your sacred solitude, you might be suddenly ambushed by your deepest, most primal fears. The fear of not being good enough, the fear of being alone forever, the fear of financial ruin, the fear of death. These won't be gentle anxieties. They'll feel overwhelmingly real, like phantom pains from a limb that's already been amputated. You might also be flooded with waves of intense regret or shame over past mistakes. As the Matrix plays your greatest hits of trauma in a last-ditch effort to convince you that you're not worthy of ascension, it will whisper in your ear, "Who are you to think you can be a part of a new earth? Remember what you did. Remember who you are." You have to understand that these thoughts and feelings aren't yours. They're the echoes of a dying world, the desperate final broadcasts of a phantom system fighting for its life by feeding on your energy. Your great test during this passage is not to fight these echoes, not to analyze them, and not to push them away. To engage with them in any way, even through resistance, is to give them your power. Your job is to embody a state of sacred neutrality. This is a state beyond just being positive. Forcing yourself to feel happy or blissful can be a way of resisting what's happening. Sacred neutrality is the state of the master. It's the calm, unshakable awareness of the silent watcher. When these phantom fears and old voices arise, you're simply to observe them as you would observe clouds passing in a stormy sky. Acknowledge their presence without getting attached. You can label them internally. That's the echo of the fear of lack. Interesting. It's not mine. Or, there's the ghost of an old shame. I see it. It's not me. By refusing to engage, by refusing to give these echoes a story or an emotional charge, you starve them of the energy they need to survive. They'll simply dissolve back into the nothingness from which they came, their hooks finding no purchase in your serene, crystalline field. This is the ultimate act of sovereignty. It's you in the eye of the storm, calmly stating through your neutrality that the old world is no longer your reality, that the old programming no longer runs here. Mastering this during the gateway is the final key that unlocks the door to the 5D world, making sure your passage is smooth, complete, and irreversible. Before we move on to what lies beyond the gateway, you have to claim this ultimate state of power. Go to the comments and declare your sovereignty over the old programming. Type with the quiet confidence of a master, "I am the silent watcher." This is your shield and your sword through the final passage. We've reached the final layer of this transmission, the culmination of this sacred journey into the heart of the October 19th gateway. If you've followed this message from the beginning, you're now armed with a level of understanding that puts you in the top 1% of awakened souls on this planet. You understand the 7 physical symptoms, not as illnesses, but as activation codes. You grasp the profound biological miracle of your crystalline conversion. The shift from a dense carbon form to a superconductive light body. You've accepted the sacred responsibility of your mission as a grid worker, a living, breathing anchor for the new 5D Earth. And most importantly, you understand the monumental choice before you, the conscious and deliberate selection of your timeline during the Great Splitting. You've been given the warnings, the reasons, the ritual. You have everything you need to navigate the coming hours with grace, power, and divine purpose. But there's one final piece of this cosmic puzzle you have to understand. It's the peace that moves you from being a passive recipient of this upgrade to an active, conscious, and masterful co-creator with the universe. You have to understand what comes after. What is the reality you're choosing? What does life on the new 5D Earth actually look and feel like? And what will be the new, extraordinary abilities, the spiritual superpowers that will awaken within you as your crystalline body comes fully online? This isn't some distant utopian dream. This is the real, practical reality that starts to unfold for you the moment you make your choice on October 19th. The old world, the 3D matrix, was built on fear, lack competition, and separation. Life was a struggle to survive. The new world, the 5D reality you're now anchoring, is built on love, abundance, collaboration, and unity consciousness. Life is no longer a struggle. It's a joyous and creative expression of your divine essence. The moment you anchor into this new timeline, you'll start to notice immediate and dramatic changes in your external reality that reflect the profound shifts that have occurred within you. The first and most noticeable change will be how easily your desires manifest. In the dense 3D world, there was a significant delay between wanting something and getting it. The transition between having a thought or desire and seeing it manifest in the physical world used to be a significant one. It demanded hard work, real struggle, and relentless effort. This was primarily because you were attempting to create through a thick, muddy, low-frequency medium. However, in the 5D crystalline reality, the medium is light itself. It's fluid, incredibly responsive, and immediate in its action. The frustrating time lag that once existed between a thought and its manifestation essentially collapses entirely. You will soon begin to experience what can only truly be described as instantaneous creation in action. For instance, you might think of a friend you haven't spoken to in many years, and they will call you within just a few minutes. You might realize you need a very specific piece of information, and the absolute perfect book or video will immediately appear in your awareness as if from nowhere. Or you might have a need for a certain amount of money, and it will flow to you from a completely unexpected source, often in a synchronistic and almost magical way. This isn't magic in the traditional sense. It's actually quantum physics at play. Your crystalline mind, now operating fully from the eternal now moment, is no longer broadcasting weak and distorted signals of desire into a slow and resistant field. Instead, it is broadcasting a powerful and coherent, high-frequency signal directly into a field of pure, unlimited potential that is absolutely eager and ready to respond. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your heartfelt intentions will become your primary and most effective tools of creation. You will come to fully realize that you have been a master manifester all along, but previously your instrument was severely out of tune, and you were essentially trying to play it in a soundproof room, making it incredibly difficult. Now your instrument has been perfectly tuned to the right frequency, and you are standing in a cosmic concert hall with absolutely flawless acoustics, allowing every note to resonate perfectly. This is precisely why mastering your focus and, most importantly, your emotional state becomes the most important work you can possibly do. In this new reality, you simply can no longer afford the luxury of even entertaining a single negative thought. You cannot afford to dwell on frequencies of fear, doubt, or even worry, because the universe will now respond to them with the exact same speed and precision as it responds to your feelings of joy, and trust. You are stepping directly into the full responsibility that comes with wielding your creative power. Life essentially becomes a direct, real-time feedback loop. Your outer world becomes a perfect and instantaneous mirror of your deeply held inner world. This is both the incredible gift and the significant challenge that comes with living in 5D. You are being called to a level of self-mastery that was previously reserved only for the greatest adepts and mystics throughout history. You are now truly becoming a master of your reality, and your training starts right now. The second profound shift you will experience is the complete and total transformation of all of your relationships. In the old 3D matrix, relationships were, for the most part, based on unconscious contracts, karmic debts that needed to be repaid, codependency, and egoic needs that often went unmet. You were often drawn to people who mirrored your unhealed wounds back to you, forcing you to confront them. However, in the 5D crystalline grid, all relationships are based purely on resonant frequency and immediate soul recognition. As your personal frequency stabilizes at a much higher set point, a great sorting will begin to occur in your social life. People, situations, and even career paths that are simply not a vibrational match for your new crystalline self will begin to fall away from your life. This can be a particularly painful and confusing process if you stubbornly cling to the past and refuse to let go. Friendships that you have cherished and maintained for decades may suddenly feel draining and completely irrelevant to who you are now. Even family dynamics that you have tolerated for your entire life will suddenly become unbearable to be around. You must truly understand that this is absolutely not a personal rejection of any kind. It is simply a vibrational reality. An AM radio cannot possibly receive an FM signal, no matter how hard it tries. It's not personal in any way, it's just basic physics. You must consciously allow these old connections to gracefully fall away with love and genuine gratitude for all of the invaluable lessons they taught you along the way. This will create the sacred space that is necessary for your true soul family to finally appear in your life. And they will appear with breathtaking speed and perfect synchronicity. You will begin to meet people who feel like you have known them for lifetimes, because in a very real sense, you actually have. You will immediately recognize them by the unmistakable light in their eyes and by the immediate feeling of deep comfort and resonant connection that you feel in their presence. These are the other cherished members of your soul cluster, the other dedicated grid workers, the other activated crystalline beings who are awakening alongside you. Your connections will be based not on need or obligation, but on joyful collaboration and mutual empowerment of each other. Your conversations will naturally revolve around creation, consciousness, and service to others, and not about trivial gossip or dwelling on problems. You will feel truly seen, heard, and deeply understood for the very first time in your life. This is truly the very beginning of unity consciousness. It is the weaving together of the new human family, one heart-based connection at a time. The crucial warning to stay home during the Gateway event is your first powerful act of consciously choosing this brand new relational reality. You are consciously and deliberately withdrawing your valuable energy from the dramatic, low-vibrational entanglements of the old world in order to create the magnetic vortex that will effortlessly draw your true soul tribe directly to you. It is time to fully embody the frequency of the reality you wish to create for yourself, to boldly claim your power as a master manifester, and to become a powerful magnet for your destined soul family. Go to the comments section right now, and as a powerful declaration to the entire universe, type the words, "I am the creator of my world." Feel the absolute truth of these words resonating deeply in every single crystalline cell of your being. As these external shifts begin to unfold in your life, you will also begin to joyfully discover the new spiritual abilities that are your birthright as a fully activated, crystalline human being. These are the so-called siddhis, or spiritual powers, that have been spoken of in ancient texts and legends. However, they are not meant for the ego's aggrandizement or personal gain. They are in fact the natural tools of a 5D, being designed specifically for enhanced communication, profound healing, and selfless service to others. The first and most prominent of these abilities will be a dramatically heightened and much more refined intuition, which will blossom into a full-blown psychic awareness that guides your every step. Your inner knowing, that quiet voice of your soul, will become so incredibly loud, so crystal clear, and so absolutely undeniable that you will simply no longer need to seek guidance or validation outside of yourself. This will manifest in a number of powerful ways. You will develop powerful clairvoyance or clear seeing, which is the innate ability to see visions, symbols, and future probabilities in your mind's eye. You will also develop clear audience or clear hearing, which is the ability to clearly hear the voices of your spirit, guides your higher self, and the celestial realms as clearly as if someone was speaking in the same room with you. You will develop clairsentience or clear feeling, which is the powerful ability to feel the emotional states of others and the energies of specific places with profound accuracy. And finally, you will develop clear cognizance or clear knowing, which is the ability to receive complex information and profound universal truths as instantaneous downloads of knowing without the need for any logical process whatsoever. Your crystalline body is the perfect antenna for effortlessly receiving these potent psychic signals. Your pineal gland acts as the receiver, your heart serves as the processor, and your gut is the ultimate confirmation center. You will quickly learn to trust the very first feeling, that first flash of immediate insight, as the uncorrupted truth straight from your soul, before the egoic mind even has a chance to create doubt and confusion. This is you fully reclaiming your sovereign guidance system and taking control of your destiny. Alongside this powerful psychic awakening, you will discover that you have become a potent and natural healer. Your crystalline hands will become instruments of divine energy transmission. You will find that when you simply place your hands on a person, an animal, or even a plant, you can effortlessly channel a palpable energy that brings comfort, deep balance, and accelerated healing. This is not something you have to actively learn. It is something you will simply remember how to do. You will intuitively know exactly how to direct this healing energy. You may be guided to tone or sing using the resonant frequency of your own voice to break up any energetic blockages and restore perfect harmony. You may also be guided to use crystals, which will act as powerful amplifiers for your own already strong crystalline energy field. This healing ability extends to yourself first and foremost. You will become your own physician, your own therapist, and your own guru. You will learn how to scan your own body, identify any energetic imbalances before they can even manifest as physical illness, and restore yourself to perfect harmony through conscious intention, focused breath, and resonant sound. This is the dawn of 5D medicine, a medicine that is based not on fighting disease, but on creating perfect, resonant coherence within the body. The imperative to stay in your sacred space during the October 19th event is your final intensive training session for all of these incredible new abilities. In the quiet and stillness, you are calibrating your psychic senses. You are clearing your energetic channels. You are becoming fully acclimated to the powerful feel of your own healing energy. You are graduating from your spiritual training, and your brand new life of intuitive mastery and service is about to begin in earnest. And so, we arrive at the very end of this message, but at the true and glorious beginning of your new life. The choice is now before you, stark and undeniably clear. Will you wholeheartedly answer the call? Will you honor the sacred process that is unfolding deep within your body? Will you willingly accept your mission as a dedicated grid worker and a conscious creator? Will you courageously take your rightful place as a founding member of the new 5D Earth? The entire universe holds its breath, eagerly awaiting your decision. Your soul already knows the answer. It has always known the answer. This entire life has been a dedicated preparation for this single glorious moment of choice. Everything that has come before, every challenge you have overcome, every heartbreak you have endured, and every triumph you have celebrated has forged you into the magnificent and powerful being of light that you are today, now fully ready and able to anchor this brand new dawn. Do not falter in your resolve. Do not give in to doubt. You were born for this very moment. This is absolutely your time to shine. Before you go into your sacred solitude to fully prepare for this incredible event, there is one final call to action that you must take. This message has reached you for a very specific reason. It is a key, and it has unlocked a door deep within you. But you are not alone on this journey. There are literally thousands of others, members of your destined soul family, who also desperately need to hear this final confirmation before the gateway opens. Your final act of selfless service today is to share this message far and wide. Send it to anyone and everyone who you feel might be ready to receive it. Post it, share it, and help us to create a unified wave of consciousness that will powerfully wash over this entire planet on October 19th. And for the very last time, anchor your own firm intention. Go to the comments and type the final and most powerful affirmation of all, I am ready. With that powerful declaration, you seal your choice. You complete your activation. You confidently step across the threshold, leaving the old world behind you forever, and take your first conscious breath in the brilliant, loving, and limitless reality of the new earth that awaits you. The journey has just begun. Welcome home, beloved one.